Well, rest in peace, Game of Thrones writing. Last season I tried to stick it out, and I didn't think the show was gonna suck that much. I thought it could make a comeback, but this episode just proved that it's officially dead. Like everything in the episode was going good until this moment right here, as you can see where the dragon got killed, and it's just ridiculous. That dragon died super easy. Like how the fuck did that happen? Now, if you know anything about Game of Thrones lore, it's super hard to kill a dragon. If you're just like a normal human. Other dragons can scratch and kill other dragons, but in the books, I believe it was only one person that killed an actual dragon. It was one of Aegon's sisters. I think it was Meraxes. The dragon's name was Meraxes or something. And they killed it in the same way here, but they killed it by hitting it in the eye, and then it died from the fall when it crashed. Because in the books, they're very clear that a dragon's scales could deflect arrows and the scorpion bolts. So the only way they had to kill it was somebody accidentally hit it in the eye while it was flying close. Now you can see that didn't happen here. This dragon just got killed up with, I don't know, these arrows or whatever. They're supposed to be scorpion bolts, but as you can see later on when they're hitting the ships, they're like fucking cannonballs. I don't know what they're supposed to be. It's ridiculous. And this dragon getting killed right here, it's sucky from a story point of view, and it's sucky just in the lore point of view. The dragon died too easily, and there was no purpose to it. It was ridiculous. This is the second dragon they just killed like it was nothing. At least the first one I can understand because it was magical, but this one is just ridiculous. And what makes it all even so heartbreakingly more ridiculous is all this stuff is only happening just to prop up a shitty villain. Cersei sucks. Like, they should have got rid of her about 2 or 3 seasons ago, but I guess they paid the actress and she made it big on the show, and now she's the main character, so they're trying to prop her up to be more than what she is. But her plans are ridiculously dumb. I don't even know what the plan is this season. She's trapped in King's Landing with literally every piece of her realm rebelling against her. Now, I'm going to go to you a map just to show you how ridiculous this plan is. Okay, now this is a map of Westeros. Now you can see this is all of Westeros. This tiny little castle right here at King's Landing, this small little piece is literally the only thing Cersei has. And she's trying to fight all of this. The Neck, the North, the Reach, the Dornish lands, Adorn, everything. They're all against her. The last piece she held was the Iron Islands. And now they've just turned against her because they took Daenerys took that back. How is she a villain anymore? This is ridiculous. And then the dumbest plan. Her plan is to take more people into the castle to force Daenerys to kill a bunch of people just to take the castle. It's a stupid plan because she's only stuck inside that small castle. Now, they already have limited resources, and Daenerys literally has everybody from all around here, plus some soldiers from what's this, Essos or whatever, plus some people from over here. And she literally has all of this, and Cersei only has this one castle. And she's going to take in more people to strain her already limited resources. Literally, all Daenerys has to do is just wait around and wait for Cersei to starve, as Tyrion pointed out. And it's funny that they point that plan out and then just go right against it. Like, there was nothing wrong with the plan. Even if the dragon had died easily, no one could get out the castle. And the funny thing is, just to show how sucky the writers are, in the coming up episode, they show Euron on his ships in what I'm assuming is the Blackwater Bay. How the fuck did he get out the castle? Why would Daenerys let him out the castle? Like, what the fuck? This is the point where Game of Thrones just officially died for me. Last season was pretty bad with Cersei's batshit plan when she killed the Tyrells for no reason at all. I still don't get why she did that. And then somehow blamed Tyrion and said he was making the family weaker. Well, I'm like, you killed your only ally in all of this. Nobody else was your ally, and you just killed them. She turned on the Dornish people, start murdering their people for no reason, just because she had a deal where she sent her daughter up there. And I guess on the show it made sense, but on the book it was a whole different thing. It didn't really make sense. But her plans on the show have just gotten ridiculous. I don't even understand what's the plan anymore. And then, just to top off the stupidity, she kills Masande, her only hostage. First of all, are we really supposed to feel sorry that bad for a secondary character? It's a secondary character. Like we all expected her to die. But the fact is, if you hold a hostage to stop the Daenerys from burning your city, why would you kill the hostage immediately? Now you have no hostage and she has no reason to not burn your city down. What the fuck is Cersei's plan here? Like, in fact, what is everybody else playing that servant Cersei? Because when the Maester walked out and Tyrion said he was a logical man, the first thing I was thinking was, why the fuck are you serving Cersei? You know the city about to get burned down, and if it don't get burnt down, it's gonna get attacked by literally everyone else. Like, even if Daenerys dies, literally Cersei is everybody's enemy. She killed all the leaders of the Reach, the leaders of fucking Dorne. She started murdering they people. Jon Snow, he has no reason to like her. Come on. The Vale of Arryn, what do they have a reason to like her? It's ridiculous. No one's gonna serve her. So it's just terrible writing, and at this point, everybody else is saying Game of Thrones writing sucks now after that last episode where Arya killed the fucking Night King and everything like that. And I was like, hey, that's not that bad. But this episode, it just got nonsensical. You can tell George R. R. Martin is not writing this shit anymore because it just does not make any sense. She holds one castle here and is literally fighting everybody else. And the show is presenting it as if the armies are equal. How the fuck could the armies be equal? All she has is the Golden Company from over here. First of all, why would they even take that contract? That's ridiculous. Like, and second of all, they're trapped in this little castle here. What the fuck are they gonna do? They have no reinforcements. They have no food or anything else like that. They have one castle. All that they have is King's Landing. And and another thing, they try to play this thing like Daenerys is crazy, and it's a good plot line because Daenerys it does seem crazier in the books. Like everything she's doing does seem a bit more crazy in the books. In the show, it kind of makes sense, but in the books, it's kind of like yeah, she's crazy. And but the problem is the person they get to make her seem crazy is Sansa, the most unlikable character on the show, and they make her more unlikable in this episode. At what point did the writers decide that Sansa needed to be more unlikable? Like, what the fuck? They couldn't have had Tyrion and Varys come up and say, yeah, you know, she is acting a bit crazy. No, they gotta have Sansa hate her for literally no reason. And, and Sansa points out some good points, but you know, she's already likable, unlikable, and she doesn't like Daenerys just because she doesn't like Daenerys. I mean, she wants Jon to be king, but Jon is saying he doesn't want to be king. And everyone's like, oh, we're going to force her to be king. How the fuck is that going to happen? What, are they going to manually walk this guy to King's Landing, sit him on the throne, and then just say, oh, you're king now? Come on. I'm like, who's writing it at this point? It's ridiculous. Somebody should have looked at the fucking show, the script, and said, you know what? This doesn't make any sense anymore. It just sucks. It's terrible, and it breaks my heart because the show used to have excellent writing, and right around season 4 is right where the writing started to go down. Right when they had that little filler episode when they went over to the north, and they burned that keep or whatever, and they killed that guy who killed the Lord Commander, and it was that little filler episode. Right after that episode, the writing slowly started to go down, and around season 6 is where it took a nosedive, right where the dragon burned down the wall and everything like that. And in season 7, they're just digging their grave and just digging lower and lower and showing that this shit sucks. I mean, what happened at this point? And I can't imagine what they're going to do now because they only have 8 episodes left and they're literally making it suck more with each episode. It's the writing is just terrible. Terrible. I cannot believe like how much Cersei is fighting right now and they're trying to make this look even. Like who does she have? 20,000 men from what the Sellsword Company and the few ships that Euron Greyjoy brought. I'm like, how is he even using that? And it just, when I looked at the previews for the next episode, I'm like, how does he get out the castle? Why would you let him out the castle? Like, what the fuck? Not to mention, whatever the fuck he had on that ship, supposed to be scorpions or whatever, fucking cannon bolts in medieval times or whatever. cannonballs. They were just tearing ships to pieces. Like, what the fuck? How does this guy ever lose a battle? And I'm just so disappointed. Oh, Tarth. The thing with Jamie and fucking Brienne of Tarth, where he leaves at the end and just says, "Oh, I'm a super bad guy, and I'm going to, I guess, presume to save Cersei." I'm like, she's been fucking him over since like what, season 4? Like, Jesus Christ! At what point is he gonna say, you know what, Cersei is done with? No, no, he's still chasing Cersei. They're still through fucking what, 3 seasons. They're still on that plot line of Jamie loves Cersei. Like, come on, man, get over it. It's the last season. We should be done with it by now. She literally ordered his death. He knows about it, and like, come on. Even Tyrion is like, you. Another thing. Tyrion calling Cersei, says she's not a monster. Are you fucking kidding me with this? This bitch is beyond monstrous. Just because she loved her kids, do not forgive everything else she did. She's fucking Mad King levels of fucking retarded now. It's ridiculous. You're not a monster. Like, come on. I assume her plan is the suicide with everybody else in this castle or whatever. But the real thing I can't get is why everyone else is agreeing to suicide with her. Like, what the fuck is Qyburn doing, or fucking Euron Greyjoy? He's like, oh, I'm gonna be king of the Seven Kingdoms. Nigga, are you fucking kidding me? like, literally no one else accepts him. He don't even got control of his own islands. All he has is a couple of ships over here. Like, he can't even take back his own islands. And somehow he thinks that getting Cersei pregnant is gonna make him king of the Seven Kingdoms. Like, or make his child the king of Seven Kingdoms. And I pretty much think that Cersei just wants to commit suicide, but it's the dumbest way possible. A much more logical plan would have been if Cersei just left the castle and went to the Essos and just hid out over there because, she'd get to live and Daenerys wouldn't be able to chase her over there. And, she wouldn't have to die in this castle. Because right now, they're ignoring the fact that even though they got the scorpions set around the castle, that Daenerys just can fly up really high and then come down on the castle and literally burn up everything inside the castle. Like, I don't know why she didn't come up with that plan. It's just like somehow the dragon can't fly really high, or the dragon can't fly over the bolts. Not to mention, fucking Euron Greyjoy has perfect aim with the bolts, like hitting the dragon like it was nothing. And at this point, I'm just like, this. What are they doing anymore? It's sad to see my favorite show get killed like this, like just by its own right, and it sucks so much. But rest in peace, Game of Thrones. This is the episode where you've officially died to me.